Today, we are investigating what is phytoremediation and why it is important. Phytoremediation is a way to clean polluted soil and water using plants. Phytoremediation uses natural plant processes and microorganisms associated with the root system to remove, contain, or degrade environmental contaminants, soil, sediment, and water that can harm animals and humans' health. Plants like water spinach, or the scientific name Ipomoa aquatica, and water hyacinths are Cornea crescens, known as aquatic plants that use for water treatment and function as natural pumps, drawing contaminated water through their roots, preventing the spread of pollutants to uncontaminated areas. These plants will turn the chemicals into less harmful substances. This plant cleans up toxic substances and heavy metals such as plumbum and zinc. These chemicals are absorbed through the roots of trees and travel through vascular system to accumulate in the leaf.
Has a few benefits. And first of all, it obviously reduces pollution. Certain plants can absorb pollutants through their roots. And an example would be water hyacinth with long roots, and they can absorb heavy metals such as plumbum and copper in polluted waters. This helps in cleaning the lakes and rivers. Second of all, it is aesthetically pleasing. Unlike heavy machinery and industrial cleanup sites, phytoremediation involves growing plants, often grasses, flowers, or trees, which can improve the appearance of an area. This can help transform polluted lands into green spaces of urban gardens. As an example, sunflowers, which are pretty, are actually hyperaccumulators for heavy metals that are placed in Chernobyl where the explosion at the nuclear power plant happened. Third of all, it is cost effective. Traditional methods like soil excavation or chemical treatments can be very expensive. Phytoremediation often costs much less because it relies on planting and growing vegetation, which is generally cheaper and requires less machinery. Last but not least, it is environmentally friendly. Phytoremediation uses natural processes in plants to absorb or degrade harmful pollutants. Unlike some other methods, which is such as chemical treatment, phytoremediation doesn't add more harmful materials to the environment. It supports ecological balance and reduces secondary pollution.
While photoremediation offers many benefits, it also has some disadvantages that should be considered. First is the slow process. Phytoremediation takes a long time to finish, especially for large or very polluted areas. It depends on how fast the plants grow, which can take months or even years. Second is plant selection. We must choose the right type of plant for the job. Different plants can absorb different types of pollutants. If we choose the wrong plant, the cleanup will not work well. Third is plant growth. Sometimes the pollution itself can make it hard for the plants to grow. Other things like bad soil or weather can also stop plants from growing properly. In these cases, we may need to help the plants by improving the soil or adding nutrients. Lastly, there is a bioaccumulation risk. Some plants can store heavy metals or harmful substances inside them. If we not carefully remove these plants after the cleanup, the pollution could come back or harm animals and people. For all these reasons, phytoremediation needs good planning and careful management to make sure it works safely and effectively.
Next, I would like to talk about types of phytoremediation. These are the example, and each one of these has different ways to clean the environment. Let me give you a briefing because my partner will explain it by detail. So, number one is phytoextraction, where the plants absorb pollutants from the soil into their leaves or stems. For example, sunflowers. The second one is phytodegradation, where the plants break down harmful chemicals into safer and non-toxic substances. The third one is phytovolatilization, where the plants absorb pollutants and release them into the air in a less harmful form. And the last one is phytostabilization, where the plants keep pollutants in the soil from spreading or moving.
To explain in details, here are a few examples for each mechanism. Firstly, phytoextraction. Brassica juncea aka Indian mustard is used to extract lead, cadmium, and nickels. They also use sunflowers to remove radioactive residue from the soil in Chernobyl. Secondly, phytodegradation. Canes and willow trees had been used to degrade petroleum hydrocarbons in wetland environments. Thirdly, phytovolatilization. Poplar trees have been used to volatilize selenium from selenate-contaminated soils. Lastly, phytostabilization. Willows and poplar trees had been used to stabilize copper and cadmium. Buffalo grass are used to stabilize arsenic, lead, and zinc in mine tailings. In Malaysia, we usually use Acacia mangium to extract cadmium, lead, zinc, and copper by accumulating them in leaves, roots, and shoots in tin tailings at Klian Inten.